Hi citizens, welcome to my Draw My Life video. This is Canadian Queen 76, hashtag CQ76. I was born in the United States of America in the state of Kentucky in a small city called Lexington on July 27th. Summer baby! My family consisted of my dad, who was 18, my mom, who was 16, me, and later when my parents got married, my sister, Terica, was born. We were part of a large family consisting of my grandmother, Barbara, who we affectionately called Bribery. She had 6 kids, and one of my favorite memories of being young was when my grandmother and my Aunt Dina took us to church. It was my first time being led to Christ, and I was saved. My very best friend was my sister. We were inseparable from the start. We're 18 months apart, and we also had cousins, Ronisha and Belinda, and Tawana and Lachelle, who we were very close to, that we hung out with. Love those girls. Eventually, my mom and dad split and divorced and went separate ways. I didn't really see much of my dad after that. So my new family consisted and was led by my mom, who was my mom, and she's a single parent, and me, my sister, and it was us for quite a while, and my mom met someone else and had my baby brother, Lance. That relationship didn't last that long though. One of the things that I can remember is growing up really close with my cousins, and we called ourselves the original 6 because it was 6 of us, and it was our grandmother's kids, and we were first cousins, and we were raised together. So it was me, my brother, my sister, my cousin Casey, my cousin Mont, and his little sister Tasha, who was my favorite because she was just so dang cute. I was very shy, but one of the things I loved to do was read books. And I would read books all the time and imagine myself in all these wonderful places and experiencing all these wonderful things. I would write short stories about them, and I would be the lead character, ruling everything and having the time of my life. My sister, on the other hand, wasn't as into books at the time as I was, but we did have fun playing jump rope. We skipped rope, we sang songs, and we played with dolls, whether it be Barbies, paper dolls, or regular dolls. That's what I did with my sister. She was so fun to be around. Well, life was pretty tough for me because my mom was trying to make ends meet. And one of the things that I've experienced was going to 6 different elementary schools. I would leave in the middle of the school year, guys, and have to go make friends in another school year. And then when I make those friends, then I would have to change schools again. So I was very upset and not happy with this predicament, but it made me the person I am today. And I was able to make friends, whether it be 1 or 2 girls at the time, before I had to move again. And so that made me happy until I had to leave them. My mom finally got a better job and promised us that we would not move so much. And so we ended up moving across town to what I affectionately call a big yellow house on a big hill. And I ended up going to one junior high school, and junior high at the time was 7th, 8th, and 9th, but I only spent 7th and 8th in that school because 9th grade was moved to the high school. So I did 4 years at high school, and during this time I got to meet my half brother Tori, and that was pretty nice to finally get to meet him. I was a late bloomer, guys, and one of the things that I really remember is the time that I got my menses, and I thought it was supposed to last one day, and I told my sister that it happened, and I'm a woman now, I'm a woman, and then the second day happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to bleed to death, so let's tell mom. And so when she came with me, I told mom. My mom busted out laughing and told me my menses lasted more than one day. I was so embarrassed. During this time, my sister encouraged me to get a boyfriend. All these changes happening and I got to get a boyfriend. So I was convinced. And so there was a boy that lived next door that was really nice. His name was Randy. And taught me how to kiss, guys. And I really liked him. He was really funny and he was really sweet. But I had to break up with him because my sister kept fighting me. She scratched up my face. And I was like, what is the heck is wrong with you? And I scratched up her face. And we just kept fighting. And then eventually I found out that she was jealous of my relationship with Randy because she wanted me to spend more time with her and I was spending too much time with him. So that ended that relationship. I ended up immersing myself at this time in many more clubs at school. And I joined the track team. I did the mile relay with the 4x4 and I ran the 400. Those were tough running. And then I eventually tried out for basketball but didn't make it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm a good dancer. I tried out for dance and made the dance team. And that gave me a lot of confidence to actually be in talent shows at school too. So I did that. I graduated from high school. B plus, guys. B plus average. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try to figure out what college I should go to. And I submitted applications for all kinds of scholarships. And one of the other awards that I got was a 7-year perfect attendance award. That means I couldn't be sick. Well, I came to school sick and I couldn't go nowhere because I'm trying to have perfect attendance. 7 years, 6th through 12th grade. I did eventually get scholarships and that was in turn turned into a lot of money for college. And I was visiting so many colleges, but I settled for the University of Kentucky because it was awesome. And go Wildcats. I really liked that school and it was really close. C-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats. Well, when the time came where I had to move into my dorm and I saw a lot of people who didn't look like me and I finally found Michelle. And I was like, when I saw her, I was like, oh gosh, finally some colored people here. And I sat in front of her and her parents and they remember that story until this day. I ended up meeting Stephanie, Jill, and a whole lot of other girls that lived in my residence hall. It was really cool to meet all these people and I had the most fun getting to know and meeting new people from different places. I also joined the best sorority in the whole wide world. I said my sorors, my sweet sorors. What is a Delta? I said, what is a Delta? I love my sorority. Greek life is the best. So if you're in a fraternity or sorority, shout out to you. Even though I was having a great time at school, I found out that my grandmother passed, and this was really hard. Michelle actually found out before me, and we sat through an entire class, and we walked all the way back to my residence hall before she told me. I just broke down and cried. She is my angel in heaven. Also, this was one of the few last times that I talked to my dad, too. We just never cemented a relationship. That was so sad for me. Also, I wasn't really good in relationships, you know. Got my heart broken. I broke a few hearts in return, and I never just got it together in the area. I was just so overwhelmed. Relationships were very difficult for me. But I did submit my relationship with God, thanks to my Aunt Dina and my grandmother for leading the way. God was always first in my life, and I was always able to find my way back to that area. During this time, though, my sister was having babies, y'all. She was a young mom. She had my nephew, Travion, my niece, Ty Simone, and my niece, Tata Bug. Their actual names do start with T, and I love my babies. Love these 3 T's. And we all got to pretty much grow up together because they had a very young aunt at the time. After graduating, I took a job at Wally World. Give me a W! I was like one of the youngest managers, managing like a third of the store on the management team. And after training, I found out I had to move to another city. And I was really sad because in the city, I wasn't sure if I knew anyone or had any family. And my mom told me, don't worry, your cousin Chucky's there and his wife Kim. And they were like my big brother and big sister, and they took me under their wing, and I love them and they love me. Mwah! Love y'all. So after working my butt off at Wally World, not having no free time, I decided to go back to business school and work on my MBA. And that was pretty tough, especially after being out of school for a while. During this time, I was working a lot and studying a lot, and I found The Sims, and I would play this game all the time on PC, and it was really fun creating people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to like see gameplay, and that's how I found YouTube, because I was watching Sims videos on YouTube, and then I would watch people make up skits and stories, and I got the bright idea that I could do it too. So I made like 3 videos, and I was like, dude, this is really hard. So I left it alone for a while, and then I got an email from YouTube asking if I wanted to be a partner, and I'm like, what is that? So I looked into it, and I was like, I could probably do this. I could probably be a YouTuber. And so this is where all of the time getting on YouTube and starting my YouTube channel came into play, and I was more involved with YouTube. And my username just converted to my channel name, so I was already using Canadian Queen 76. My last name is actually Canada, and I think I'm a queen, I guess. And so my vlog channel was born. During this time, some grown-up things was happening. I found out that my biological father passed away, and that was pretty tough because we never really had a strong relationship. I ended a long-term relationship that just wasn't good for me, and I adopted 3 dogs. Bought a house. I am grown up, guys. I'm doing grown up things. Whoa. So just to fast forward, life is just happening very quickly. And one of the things that I do know is that eventually I will be successful in love. I wrote HBD, but I meant to write HTB as husband to be. He's out there somewhere. And I eventually went back to school and got a certification in education. And I'm a teacher, and I'm still focused on this YouTube channel thing. And I'm so involved in my church. I dance at my church, but I'm also a dance coach for the little girls at my church. And these things keep me busy. So for now, let's just say to be continued. And I'm trying to be the best daughter that I could be, the best friend I could be, the best mentor, and the best fur baby mom that I could be. So until then, thanks for watching, and this is to be continued.
That's Canadian Queen 76 do. Go and find it exclusively on YouTube. Oh yeah.